Ronick, and welcome to another review here on Alpha Omega Wolf Productions. We are going to be continuing our little Halloween series, and to start off, we're going to be talking about something that I'm not sure if a lot of people would associate with Halloween, but something I've been wanting to review for quite some time. Sword, gun. Going to be talking about the badass bounty hunter of vampires, Blade. This movie is directed by Stephen Norrington, stars Wesley Snipes and Stephen Dorff. And this is a story about Blade, who's, like I said, a bounty hunter who hunts vampires. And to help me is somebody who hasn't seen the movie, but I've seen it before. It's Jessup.
Hello, I just saw it for the first time. I'd seen bits and pieces already, but I hadn't seen it all the way through.
Now, Blade, we can argue, played a big part in reviving the comic book movie genre when it comes to movies. Because this came out at a point when comic book movies were at their worst. There was Spawn, Batman and Robin, Steel, easily some of the worst comic book movies of all time. And then this movie came out of nowhere, and not only did it break a lot of records by having it being one of the first black leads in a superhero movie, also being one of the first R-rated comic book movies. And
yeah, all those people said Deadpool's the first. Watch this.
So after rewatching Blade, it's flawed, but it is so much fun.
Flawed fun.
Okay, so Wesley Snipes, I think he is great as Blade.
Oh yeah.
One of my favorite parts, and the action, okay, first off, I think you can make the argument that this movie is a very loose story, but this movie is filled, for the most part, with so much mindless action, and it gives you such an adrenaline rush that you almost just don't care. You just enjoy the ride. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a super cheesy movie, but it's a thrill ride. I had a great time watching this movie.
It's something I'll definitely watch again.
Oh yeah, I mean, now that I got access to Hulu.
Now the effects aren't really that good, in all honesty. In fact, they kind of look like Spider-Man 2002 special effects.
Well, the practical ones looked fine.
The practical effects looked fine. It's just the special effects looked pretty bad.
The CGI ones.
Yeah, the CGI was pretty bad.
It's Mortal Kombat levels of bad, which is ironic because there's a scene where the vampires are watching a movie, and it happens to be the Mortal Kombat movie.
Yep. And I think
that movie's another example of cheesy fun too.
I think whatever you think of Blade in general, I think a lot of people would agree that Stephen Dorff as the villain Deacon Frost is easily one of the worst parts of the movie.
And we looked him before we watched this. He's actually a pretty cool villain in the comics.
He's a great villain. I just wish they used him more to their advantage.
Yeah, they really didn't do their villains well for a while, but they're getting the hang of it now.
I think if we're actually talking during the movie, like comparing Deacon Frost to Blackheart from the Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider movies, and we both agree that both of them had so much potential, but yet they were wasted almost immediately.
Yeah.
However, I will admit that Blackheart is kind of forgettable, though. But Deacon Frost, I'll remember him for basically how hammy he was in this. I don't know if that was basically Stephen Dorff or if that was the direction the movie itself wanted to take. And what did we think of Chris Christopherson as Abraham Whistler?
He was good.
Yeah, he was good. He was a solid mentor. So basically, if you're not familiar with Blade, would you say that this movie kind of fills you in on everything you need to know about the character?
Oh
yeah. Like without giving really too much away, Blade is basically half human, half vampire. Here, he has all their strengths, but none of their weaknesses. Like he can withstand garlic, silver, sunlight. He can basically do anything. He's basically a badass.
Agreed.
As for the sequels, haven't seen those yet, but I'll definitely we'll definitely check them out at some point.
Agreed.
But yeah, despite some really bad CGI, a pretty loose story, and a very weak villain. I think this was a very entertaining movie. Although we will admit, until it gets to the climax, it gets pretty slow. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I'd say so too.
All right, Jessup's getting kind of tired, so we'll quickly.
Yeah, I've been working all day, so I'm a little exhausted. I also got a dentist appointment tomorrow, so it's.
All right, so real quick,
I'm trying to keep as on top as I much on top as much as I can.
get to it whenever you can, man. I'll try to take care of it.
Yeah, yeah, no.
All right, so quickly, if you had to give this a rating, what would you give it?
I don't do ratings, remember?
All right, I'll give this a B. Sure, why not? So that just about does it for this review. If you did enjoy this video, then be sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe for more content. So, until next time, see you there, posse.